Winners finals for you all. Timon versus Maddie. A battle of two absolute juggernauts. You heard Chai mention the rules there. It's 3 sets to win the match now. Best 3 out of 5 in the set count and in the match count. Timon is already going to go ahead and get started. Looks like he has yellow on the bottom. What can he find here? He is one of the most clever cubers who's currently active. There's that soon ZB taking a little bit of extra recognition, 5.72. The crazy thing is be a safe solve.
Yeah, I mean, despite the ZBLS and ZBLL, you can't safety when you're up against Matty Hiroto Inaba. It took a last time they were going up against each other directly. It took a it was 490. It was a 490 average that Timon needed in order to beat Maddie at North American All Stars. So these two are very familiar going against each other. Oh my! Oh
my goodness! 408!
408!
Maddie starting things off with an absolute bang. He's gonna take solve 1 over Timon.
Yeah. So. Nothing really to commentate about that. I mean, he solved that cube like it was one algorithm. That is the fastest solve that we've seen so far today, beating out Dylan's 418 from earlier today off stream. Timon actually chose to go first, and man, Maddie did not let that face him at all.
Oh my goodness. An absolutely special solver is Maddie. Going up 1-0 against one of the hottest solvers in the world right now. Timon now, solve number 2.
Boom.
And there's a sub 5. 4.96 for Timon, a great way to answer back. Now that is an amazing solve. But again, maybe that's not safe against Maddie either.
Exactly. The thing is, a 496 is not going to be safe in this environment.
Oh my goodness.
And if Maddie beats this, that 496 is for naught.
Let me know when you're ready.
Are you entertained? Are you entertained, chat? Are you entertained, everyone? This is a match for the ages, and we're seeing this in winners finals. Maddie needs to get a sub 5 in order to take this solve over Timon. Red cross is the play. Maddie's turning, just looking absolutely impeccable. 504, less than 0.1 seconds difference. And Maddie lost with a 5.04.
Absolutely unreal. Let's go over his solve really quick. There's a little bit of a glare on the cube. Looks like he went for red cross on this one. Yeah, going straight into it. There's very little lockup there at the beginning, which might have cost him the entire solve. Sexy sledge into R perm, so it was unreal execution, but just not good enough by 0.09. Just a little bit faster. That's one catch. Timon getting started again.
Oh my god, and his turning was looking wicked right out of the gate. 5.32. Just looks like he may have made like a slight bit of exec error early, and that may have been what prevented him from getting a sub 5 there. Both competitors are going back to back. They're getting ready fast. They just want to go, go, go.
Yeah. When you're solving at home, you just solve, scramble, solve, scramble, solve. So that's probably the environment that they want. Yeah, Timon with a little bit of a ZB recognition pause. Maddie doesn't have to worry about that. He doesn't use ZB too much.
And
boom!
He didn't need it.
9-7.
He doesn't need ZB. 4.97 in back-to-back absolute fireworks here in Berkeley. It's just amazing. It's sub 5 solve after sub 5 solve. Both competitors are awake and they are ready to perform. Amazing solve for Maddie. He's up 2-1.
Timon going first, trying to set the tone again for this one. He's going to need to bring it because Maddie is on. Timon just going consistently with low 5, sub 5, but with Maddie, he's a wild card. When he's on, he is on.
Cube delivered to him with orange cross. An amazing solve, 4.13. Great pop off from Timon also. He got to PLL extremely quickly. And just
this is what happens.
solve.
This is what happens when a wizard meets a Jedi. Unbelievable content right here for any unbelievable content right here for anyone who's watching. Lefty sledge into a OLL skip, F perm smooth, 413. If Maddie takes this solve, the University of California, Berkeley might explode.
It's going to be like a black hole. It's just going to be aura singularity, as Dylan and I love to say. Maddie also across here. Maybe same solution? Oh, bit of an execution error. 4.96 is not going to be enough, and it's 2-2s tied up in a set number 1.
496 not going to be enough. What a time we live in for that to be a sentence that comes out of a cubing commentator's mouth. Absolutely unreal. Timon going for... We still have at least 2 more sets of this, too, because this is first to 3 sets.
Yeah, oh my... Dude, I am not ready. I left my water in the car also. That was my biggest mistake. Worst mistake I think I've ever made. My voice is going to be gone after this set. It's amazing. Just pure drama. Absolute cinema, as the children say. Here's Timon, number 5. Looks like he's on the Red Cross super fast.
Unbelievable! 416!
Timon just got, like, this is like easily sub 5 average, right? If we were going by average of 5 format, dude, I was originally going to write down all the times and try and do all this calculation. I just can't right now. These solvers are just absurd.
Timon's worst solve in this set has been a 5.3, and I think Maddie's worst solve so far was the 504. I could just be lying.
Oh my goodness. It's so hard to keep track, Luke. Here we go. Can he beat 4-1?
Nope, he can't. He already locked up. That's done.
Not going to happen here. 563.
So hard to beat whenever he is on like that. But it's also so hard to beat Maddie when he's on like that. 1 lockup and your solve is done. 563 is not going to cut it against the wizard, Tymon Kolasiński. So the competitors are going to rack their brains for this next set. You are in for an absolute treat right now. If you're one of the 507 watching right now, tell all your friends to run, not walk, to Speedcubing TV, YouTube, for the Pure Speedcubing League premiere in Berkeley.
So someone run the calc for me. I need to know the calc. Like, what is the what did Timon get there? Average of 5, and what did Maddie get there? Average of 5. Both of them, like, certainly got sub 5 average there. Timon counting 416. Only 1 minute. In between the sets. Also, you can see Timon right there pacing back and forth. He knows he's in for a fight. Maddie is going to start the second set. There's Timon there getting the full concentration. Maddie's there at the solving station trying to warm up. Cube delivered. Luke Greiser, what is going through your head? What is going through their head?
My mind is going 1,500 miles an hour right now. I am so excited to watch the next couple of sets of cubing because we saw an absolute masterclass from both competitors.
Could not have said it better myself, my friend. Yellow Cross looks like is going to be the choice at the moment. Maddie has picked his orientation very quickly. Really good turning there. Looks like there was a bit of an execution error. PLL flawless as always. 505.
Maddie going back to 505, but it's understandable if Timon is not an Arctic Monkeys fan and absolutely destroys that. This is unbelievable. So dude, look at his turning right now. It's very locky and still a 505 because that's how good of a solver Maddie is. That's unbelievable.
This is Maddie unleashed.
Maddie unleashed, yes.
You're right. Yeah, here's Timon now. Remember, Maddie chose Yellow Cross. Timon also settling on yellow, it looks like. Cube is going down, and here you go. F2L time. Here's the ZB. 5.12. Wow. So the difference there looked like maybe I don't know which ZB it was. I couldn't get a good angle on it. Just a touch long it looked like, and that was the difference.
That was a pure T ZBLL, so 2 twisted corners. And that 1 lockup right there is all that it took for Timon to, that fumble right there from the soon U2 back soon. The 1 fumble right there in between those soons is what cost him that win and a sub 5. Maddie going straight into this next solve.
That's crazy, man. Like we said, the margins are razor thin.
8 seconds.
Yellow Cross looks like is going to be the choice. There's one piece that's like almost solved, and he's flying Amazing solve from Maddie, 4.98.
I'm speechless. This is crazy what we're watching right now.
Dude, someone like cooked up these scrambles or something, or like these guys are solving otherworldly.
Let me know you're ready.
Amazing.
It's just in the script.
sub 5 after sub 5. You're right.
Man, Michael Chai cooked up one heck of a script for everyone to watch right now. Timon needs to beat a 498. Let's see if he can pull one out.
Dude, this is winners finals too. This is not even grands or anything. Orange Cross, that's definitely different than what Maddie did. Looks like he paused. This one is one that is going to be lost. 7-second solve. It didn't matter what he got after he paused on F12-3 in my opinion. Maybe that was F12-4. It was all over from there. Maddie up 1-0 on this set, down 1 set to nothing. Oh, sorry, Maddie's up 2-0 now.
2-0. But if there's anyone who gets better under pressure, his name is the wizard himself, Tymon Kolasiński. So down 2-0 right now. But if there's anyone to put your money on for a comeback, it is Timon.
Yeah, would need a reverse 3-0 in order to get this set, but he actually doesn't need to win this set. Remember, it's first to 3 sets to win the match now, now that we are into our finals. That is a good-looking green cross. What can Maddie do? Absolutely flying. 5.13, and you know what? 5.13, that's just a shrug. Another walk in the park, day in the office, as he says.
A day in the office being a 5.12. That's an honest day's work for Matty Hiroto Inaba. Going for green cross right here. Yeah, so many moves and fumbling a little bit on the fat double soon right there. Maddie can make up for it though with his TPS and smooth turning. Timon needs to beat a 5-1-3 to stay in this.
Anything can happen here. Nothing exemplifies that more than this match. He just barely misses it. So Maddie's actually going to clean sweep this second set. A great comeback from Maddie after dropping the first set. And now we're 1-1. It's actually like the first 2 sets never happened. Just delete them from your mind. Although I am definitely not going to be able to delete them anytime soon.
Oh, no, definitely not. Yeah, Timon going from a pretty clean ZBLS into a Pi ZB, which is pretty good, but it's a lot of moves. And by the time he got to it and recognized it, it was already over. Timon vibing to the music. And if you can remember back from Monkey League days, when he's vibing to the music, that's when he is at his absolute best. So let's see if he can continue that here. You can see Maddie prepping in the shadows, prepping to go second, 1-1. And the third set is about to start.
He's trying to pull some incredible like force or something, influence the scramble, influence Timon's hands maybe. Who knows what's going through these guys' heads. They got a minute before the set is going to fully start. But Timon looks like he's just cooking something up. Both of these guys, remember, also in GAN SSL Season 3. A huge competition that was also broadcast on this channel, by the way. So neither of these guys are any strangers to pressure. Blue cross is what Timon has on the bottom right now. It's taking a long look at it, and that's gonna choice. Soon ZB, it looks like. Very long. Plus two. Uncharacteristic mistake from Tymon Kolasiński, and he just walks away. Doesn't even put the cube back in the box. That's a 7, and as far as these guys are concerned, a +2 is basically a DNF.
Let me know you're ready.
Matty Hiroto Inaba ready immediately, taking no time because 7.5 is pretty much guaranteed for him.
Maddie just needs to make sure his cube doesn't explode. It actually does not matter what time he gets at all. Looks like he's still turning pretty fast and going into E-Perm, perhaps? 5.19 or 5.91. That actually would not have beat Timon's solve if he didn't +2. So a huge shift here. We might be looking back at this solve at the end of this match.
Definitely. So that's a point swing. That's all the momentum right there. But, I mean, like I said, if anyone's going to come back from that, it's Timon. So he's ready.
Let me know you're
Getting ready. Not ready yet. Now he's ready.
There we go.
Maddie can only watch.
From that one glance I got, it looked like a juicer, but
8 seconds.
Can't see too much else. White cross a choice. Looks like he preserved something in F2L, and there's the ZB, 4.86, his own world record average, and he matched that as a single. Amazing.
Yeah, 486 is probably one of Timon's favorite times to get on a 3x3, especially 5 times in a row. So going for White Cross right here into the Pi ZB, which I believe was just Sexy Sledge into F double sexy F prime. It's one of the base algs. Am I right? Yeah, I am. So that and then a U prime AUF. Maddie needing to beat a 486.
Yeah, that's definitely tough. Not a position he wants to be in. Looks like he might. Yeah, same cross solution for him. And much longer solution, unfortunately. 5.91. He needed a second faster, unfortunately. It's 1 in set number 3.
Maddie with a very strong start. It looks like he might be running out of juice. 2 high fives right there. Timon vibing to the music, so it looks like Timon's going to bring it up, and Maddie is slowing up just a little bit. But I would love to be wrong. More content would be absolutely fantastic. And it's 1-1, so anything can happen.
I need every single set from here on out to go to 5 solved. Actually, I don't know. Maybe my heart can't take it. Maybe I'm like, maybe this is not what I actually want. I just want to see drama, and these guys are delivering 100%. Timon now, solve number 3, set in this winner's finals. Winner advances to grand finals. Here's Timon. Yellow crosses soon.
Yellow
ZB.
cross. Oh no!
No, a mistake perhaps. 5-5-0 even with that mistake. Let's take a look at the replay. What happened there, Luke?
So he had a twisted corner in F2L. So he got an H with a twisted corner in the top. So you're going to see his back, it might be his back right or his front right pair was actually not solved. Or no, I completely lied. His yellow corner was just in the top. So his back right was not solved, and he had to go ahead and fix that. But with that drastic of a mistake, he still got a 550, and he is kicking himself over that one. Maddie looking to bounce back. He is slowing up tremendously. But it doesn't matter. He takes it with a 529. Unbelievable.
That is exactly what Maddie needed. I'm sure he must have known that Timon made a mistake there somehow. Realized that he had an opportunity. All he needed to do was execute, and execute he did. A great solve from Matty Hiroto Inaba to go up 2-1 in set 3.
Yeah, he tried 3 times to get that R prime on F2 on number 2, and then the rest of the solve was as smooth as anything I've ever seen before. Straight into the R prime, U prime, F on sexy, F prime, R, and then a U perm. Very, very good set of last layer, especially with the way that he executed it. Timon looking at orange cross right now.
And yeah, here we go. He's off and running. There we go. A 461.
461 right there. That was an LZB that he had. All the edges were solved. There was a huge block in the back as the kid Leroy is playing right now. Timon for sure wants to stay up in here and win this set. So yeah, RU to RD. It's just a corner commutator, and that's the base alg for one of the L subsets. Maddie also looking at orange cross.
Yep. Let's see what he's going to do. He might end up with... Nope, he's going to do just PLL 556. Looks like his hands may be a little sticky. 556. An amazing solve, but not enough against the Wiz Timon.
Timon vibing to the music. He's trying to feel as comfortable as possible. I preached that a little bit whenever I was at NAC doing an interview. You want to make your competition environment as close to home as you possibly can, and you want to make your home as close to a competition environment as you can, so you're comfortable in competition. Vibing to the music helps him out with that as he looks at green cross.
Certainly. I mean, a big one. Here's solve number 5. Set number 5, just like set 1. What can Timon do? Soon ZB, 4.76. Who is getting a sub 5 with Soon ZB? There are only 2 people in the world that I can think of, and it's Timon and this little Chinese kid.
So that's absolutely right. Zhuan Yi is the king of ZB right now, and Timon is looking to overthrow that monarchy. But that is a very, very solid ZB right there. Archie Prime FR anti-sexy, and then you solve that pair. So that's basically it. Timon or Maddie needing to really, really bring it.
Yeah,
Needing a very good solve on this one.
he has to bring absolutely everything.
Oh!
Also, Orange Cross, a great solve.
Got it!
4.38, and Maddie wins set number 3. He goes up 2-1 over.
Unbelievable.
Wow, just wow. And the thing is, these
Maddie.
two guys, they're just casual about it. 4.38, and it's just a normal solve. Just nuts. Break this down for me, Luke.
This wasn't even a normal solve. They did the same cross, and look at how terrible that execution was on that A-perm right there. Oh my goodness, that took about a second and a half instead of like 0.7, 0.8. We missed out on a 3-second solve right there, but it doesn't matter because Maddie is up 2-1. Took that set very, very clutch. Timon pacing around. When we were in NAC finals in the waiting room, Timon was doing some jumping jacks like he has promoted in a cubicle interview that he did. He says physical activity, getting the blood flowing to your fingers especially, is key to performing well in high pressure environments. So maybe him pacing versus Maddie just sitting right back down would be the difference maker. But Maddie is up 2-1 right now.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever these guys are doing, whatever they are doing, it is working, and it is working to a T. They are back and forth, bombshell after bombshell solve. We saw some incredible solving in New York earlier also. Well, West Coast, we're here to show you not messing around. Matty Hiroto Inaba from Hawaii, Tymon Kolasiński from Poland, meeting in the Bay Area, Berkeley, California, a historic place for Speedcubing. The inaugural PSL. We're going into set number 4. Maddie can win this, and he's going to book his ticket to Grands, and Timon is going to end up in a loser's finals. Let's see. Yellow cross now for Maddie. And just a fluid, but a +2. Critical error from Maddie. That's going to be a 6.79 that Timon needs to beat in order to get this first solve going. Absolutely disastrous.
Yeah, 6, 7, 9. I think Timon has this sewed up right here. As long as he has a clean execution, he should be completely fine.
He just needs something to work for him. Looks like there's that blue line. Not sure if it's a pseudo line. Needs to be corrected. All the other cross pieces are oriented. Bit of a fumble getting started. ZB now 5.83. Not great. But that's all he needed. He just needed to beat a 6, and he got it done. 1-0 Timon.
Yep. Unbelievable. I'm speechless. Like,
yeah,
the nerves are so high right now.
See, what's crazy is that
I feel like I'm competing.
Yeah, well, what's crazy that you are one of the best solvers in the world, and you have no idea what to say either, right? It's crazy. That just goes to show the level of solving that we're seeing here. Maddie instantly ready.
Shaky. Oh yeah. No.
This was not a Jedi solve here. That's 7-3-0. That is 2 bad solves for Maddie back to back. Remember Timon, when he won set 2, he won that absolutely straight. 3-0 versus Maddie. We are heading towards the same conclusion here.
The force was not with the cubing Jedi right there, as he tried 3 times to execute that sledge on the OLL. So Timon needs a safety sub-7, which I'm pretty sure he could do with his eyes closed.
Almost certainly.
You betcha.
We go. Very, very
Boom,
basic.
483.
Oh, it's just that easy. 483 to back up his 583. He's going to get 383 next solve, 283. And that's just going to lock it all up. He is firing on all cylinders.
Definitely. Timon bringing it when his back is against the wall. So if Maddie wants to not go down like this Fall Out Boy song, he's gonna have to bring it in these next 3 solves, and we know that he can.
Where's the Luke Greiser commentary been this whole time? This is fantastic, man. He's killing it. A hand for Luke Greiser, everyone. As Maddie gets started for solve number 3, needs to win this one to keep this set alive. And another major fumble. Here he is on PLL. Not great. Pretty sloppy. 5-8-39.
539, I think, is like kind of just in the sweet spot for Maddie, because it's not bad enough where Timon can safety it, but it's not so good where Timon is impossible to beat it. So Timon really has to focus and get something like that.
What's the probability you think he beats it here and wins this set? Looking around a little bit.
He's honed in on Blue Cross. I'm gonna say 90% chance he wins it on this one.
All right, there we go. Tymon Kolasiński to prove him correct. 565, and actually, looks like Maddie with that sloppy solve is gonna actually take it here. Looks like the 10% ended up coming true, and Maddie is still alive.
10% kicked in right there. Maddie, I'm speechless. I can't find the words right now, dude. It's unbelievable.
Let me know you're ready.
Oh my goodness. We are seeing two of the best solvers go back and forth at solving the Rubik's Cube as fast as possible. Both of them extremely capable. 5-second solves, 4-second solves. Maddie now, solve number 4. What can he bring here? 623, super off the pace. This has been a really off set for Maddie. He does have one to give, but not boding well. Another set point for Timon.
I'm going to say Timon's probability of this one is 99. If the 1% kicks in, that is really, really unfortunate, because 6.2, Timon has, I don't know if he still has the world record for most official sub-6s, but he did have it for a while with 33 in a row. So he just has to, he doesn't even have to get a sub-6. He has to get a low 6 in order to take this set.
And here he is on green cross, another ZB, absolutely no issue whatsoever, 475, that's gonna seal it here, and we're going to a set number 5. Ladies, gents, all our friends beyond the binary, this is it. These 5 solves, potentially 3 solves, are going to decide who makes it onto the winner's side of Grand Finals. They are going to have the best chance of winning this entire tournament. A pretty hefty prize pool here also. Remember, the winner is guaranteed top 2. It does not matter. So they're going to get the lion's share of that. The loser also doesn't have an easy run back to Grant. They got to go through Dylan Miller, who has really clutched up, putting together a loser's run of his own. It's all happening here at PSL Berkeley and right here on the Speedcubing TV channel. Electric. 5 solves left. Whoever wins 3 wins. They're going to go to Grand Finals. They're guaranteed top 2. It all comes down to this. Pick your favorites now. Timon getting started. Solve 1. A bit of a lockup there to get started. Pretty fast turning though. 601. Very, very off the pace.
The nerves are real right now. This is the this is my walkout song that I chose. It's Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. So this indeed is a Mad City with some of the greatest cubing in cubing history going on right now. Maddie has to beat a 601 in this very, very nerve-wracking final set.
Certainly within his capability. We've seen a bit of sloppy solving from Maddie in his last set. He had a minute to try and fix it. What can he do here? He's going to back himself to beat 601. Looks like a much longer solution, though. 657. That's not going to do it. Timon going to take solve 1 here in this extremely back and forth match. Ooh, it's all heating up.
It's getting hot in this kitchen in University of California, Berkeley. Timon up 1-0, and every single point matters. Every single second matters in this last set. Timon getting locked in.
Off that first glance, it looks like there was a edge connected to white. Timon doesn't really care about that, it seems. Looks like he has yellow on bottom. Might switch to blue. Yellow it is. Looks like he's going for a little bit more control turning here, and there's the finish. You couldn't tell that he's turning slow at all. 5.48.
And like I said for Maddie, that's right in the sweet spot of not too safe, but also not really safe enough. If I see correctly, this is a diagonal. Yeah, that was a diagonal anti-soon, which is a setup into soon, and then you undo the setup. So it's somewhat of a commutator with soon in the middle of it. Maddie needing to get a 547 or better to stay in this.
And he's coming out of the gate.
No problem with that.
390!
390 with a botched timer stop? Are you kidding me?
What an incredible solve from Matty Hiroto Inaba. Absolute cinema here. Amazing. We need the replay. What happened?
Yeah, this has turned into a mad city. Both going for yellow cross. Maddie not forcing ZV. One rotation, F double sexy, F prime, J perm. Timer stop, 3.90. That is a PSL record. It is 1-1 in this humongous set. Timon is ready for solve number 3.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely back and forth. Exactly what you'd like to see. Timon now on his last layer. It looks like he took a ton of time to get there. 6.89. They're trading these bad solves back and forth. And Maddie, you'd think, kind of just needs to solve the cube at his own pace. Nothing too crazy. Don't need another 3. Although, hey, I'm not complaining if we get one.
Timon absolutely feeling the pressure. Not something I have ever seen before. Maddie needs to beat a 689.
Knowing you're ready.
And something tells me he's going to do it.
What's crazy? Let's go back to NAC All-Stars Finals, right? Timon is the one to get 3.9 against Maddie sitting right next to him. And it's all Maddie here, turning very, very fast. Here's the PLL, 5.43. Great solve to go up 2-1 after an ugly start. Solve for Timon needs to really come out here.
3 outs for Maddie on last layer. And people do, people call that out case terrible. I don't understand. I like it a lot. If you know the Jaden McNeil out for that OLO case, that's going to be the one that I'm going to go with. It's the one with the M move in the middle of it. But no more talking about OLL. This solve is huge. Timon needs to clutch up twice in a row.
8 seconds.
Looking at white cross.
What can Timon...
I lied. Boom! 440 with his back against the wall.
Now that is an incredible solve to put in when you're going up against a guy who's just shooting darts, absolute buckets. That has to feel really good if you're Timon right now. Maddie can win it right here. This is match point. He needs to beat 4.40. Certainly possible. He's done it before. One of the greatest solvers in the world. On green cross, turning absolutely
509
amazing
is not good
turning.
enough.
Amazing turning in any other day that would do it. But 509, and what did I say? I said I wanted to see solve 5, and here we are.
Here it is.
Timon, Maddie, one solve separates them. One of them will go to Grand on the win, faces Dylan Miller in the losers final. A huge solve coming up.
This is the first match of 3 absolute bangers back to back. And this has been a banger itself. This might be a preview of the grand final, in which I think the loser of this set will have to win twice. So we could be having 3 really good sets of cubing coming up as Timon starts his huge solve.
Here we go, and an amazing start.
Boom!
4.41, 440 on the last one. He's gonna get the 4.41. Maddie now to answer. Remember, Timon is the one who wanted to solve first. It all comes down to this. Maddie needs to beat 4.41, and he's in winners. There is one ticket to winners finals or to grand finals. And it has one of these guys' names on it. Is it going to be Maddie? Is it going to be Timon?
Maddie can't decide what cross color he wants. Going with white. He's out. Timon is in the finals.
Maddie, unfortunately, not able to put it all together. 6.93, a very not nice solve, unfortunately. And Timon ends up winning it. Timon was down the entire time, winning 2 sets back to back, and he is going to grands.
Absolutely unreal. Tymon Kolasiński is going to punch his ticket to the grand final. He is going to go dancing in a minute.
Tymon Kolasiński. Maddie moves to the
Absolutely.
lower bracket where he faces Dylan Miller, and Timon has punched his ticket to grand finals.